What's good, leprechauns? I'm Coen Curtis, and let's Irish jig into this St. Patrick's Day edition of the Windsor Wizards News Show.
I'm Ian Feighny. Hey, Coen, knock knock.
Who's there?
Ireland.
Ireland who?
I'll lend you some money if you pay me back.
Hey, Ian, when do leprechauns cross the street?
I don't know. When do leprechauns cross the street?
When the light turns green? Get it? Like the leprechauns are green and the light's green? Okay.
Anyway, to continue with our St. Patrick's Day theme, we asked students what would be the first thing they would buy after finding a pot of gold. Here were some of the answers.
I'd buy shoes. I think I'd buy a new car, honestly.
I'd also buy a new car.
A gym made for short girls.
Steinway Concert Model B piano with a humidifier and cooling system.
I would definitely just put it towards college.
A bunny.
I would buy a flock of chickens.
Well, I'd probably buy like a nice car, a nice house.
I'd probably buy a mango tree. Unlimited Dutch Bros.
Those are some very intriguing answers. Hey, Ian, what would you buy?
Probably my own ice rink. What would you buy, Coen?
I'd probably buy the whole high school, so then I could be in charge.
Great idea. I have a question for you, Coen. What is the story behind St. Patrick's Day?
I'm glad you asked. It all started when St. Patrick was kidnapped from Roman Britain and taken to Ireland as a slave. He eventually escaped, but returned to Ireland to convert the Irish people to Christianity. Many legends grew about him, like driving the snakes out of Ireland and explaining the Trinity using a shamrock. Our very own WWN staff did some research and found out more about St. Patrick's Day. Here's more from them.
How much do you know about the history that takes place on March 17th?
Do you know who St. Patrick is?
No. No.
I have no idea.
No.
Yes.
Who is he?
He's the one guy from Ireland.
Did you know that St. Patrick's Day isn't all about short leprechauns that wear green pilgrim outfits? It actually all started in Roman Britain in the late 4th century when a 16-year-old boy was kidnapped and taken to Ireland as a slave. He eventually escaped but returned about 432 CE to convert the Irish to Christianity. This man was well known as the leprechaun. He got his name from the word lucerpan, meaning small body. This holiday has its roots in religious observances, but it also has become a celebration of Irish culture and heritage. Traditional activities include parades, wearing green clothing or accessories, and consuming Irish food and drink. Boston held its first St. Patrick's Day parade in 1737, followed by New York City in 1762. Since 1962, Chicago has colored its river green to mark the holiday. Although blue is the color traditionally associated with St. Patrick's Day, green is now commonly used to be connected with the day.
Wow, I've never heard that story before. In other news, we have something new to offer to the students and public.
Here at Windsor High School, we have some pretty talented students who have the skills to make some pretty cool items, such as trailer hitch covers, floor arrangements, and even Adirondack chairs.
That's right, Coen, and very soon the public will be able to purchase those items through the WHS school store. We talked with some of the members of the school store and committee to ask them how the store got started and when the public might be able to start ordering student-made items. Let's hear what they had to say.
The school store has been a really fun experience. I have just recently joined this year and I didn't really know that there was a school store. My dad was just kind of like, take this class, it'll be really cool. And I was like, okay, I don't know what it is though. And so I joined it and I was informed that we have a school store here. But at first it was like a Google slideshow. It wasn't really anything interesting. And so we wanted to make it our goal to make it a real life running website. And that's exactly what we did. And so it's been really fun learning how to make a website, what everything is and how to work it. So it's been really cool.
Creating the school store has presented a lot of challenges in communicating with people from the district office and the different leaders and student leaders of the different classes. Usually each department will select a student that is kind of excelling in the different courses they offer to be a representative for that, their products, and communicate with the school store, and lots of back and forth communication is really one of the bigger challenges that we have to deal with.
At Wizard Workshop right now, we did a soft launch with floral arrangements for Valentine's Day, but we're working on getting Adirondack chairs, maybe picnic tables, bookcases, trailer hitch covers, keychains, all put on there from all the different departments around the school.
I just want the store to last a while and have like the 6th graders and the 7th graders at Windsor Middle to be able to experience this also, because it's definitely interesting having a school-based enterprise class where you're not really relying on the teachers. It's more of kind of like your own thing, and it's you talking to other students, and it's you talking to people at the district office, and you getting to learn how to communicate with adults, and I want other people to experience that too.
Hey Coen, do you like Chicago?
No, the only cool thing in Chicago is the Big Bean. Do you know that the Big Bean is 33 feet tall?
The Big Bean? What the heck is the Big Bean? I'm talking about the Chicago the Musical. The WHS Thespian Group will be performing Chicago all weekend long. Here is Lexi Wood with more on the Spring Musical.
The Thespian Troupe will be performing the Spring Musical, and this year's musical is the Broadway show Chicago. The director of the show is the legendary Mrs. Strada. We caught up with her about the overall plot of the musical and costume ideas they have.
First of all, because we have a really talented group of students, both on stage and off, we're working really hard. We auditioned in December, and we're working on the dances, the singing, all of the pieces, and working on building the sets and getting the publicity ready. Plus, there's super fun jazz music and great dancing and singing. So a lot of people came to us with the idea that, hey, I have a flapper dress you can borrow, which, yes, it's set in the 20s, but I don't know if you can see the poster of the Broadway version of Chicago, but we're using the idea from the Broadway version, which is very, like, simple but dramatic pieces that are black, and various, like, there's some mesh, there's some off-the-shoulder pieces, and we're not necessarily using specifically 1920s flapper dresses.
The leads of the musical are Mia Walters and Opal Sluisman, who play the parts of Roxy and Velma. They are very excited about the parts that they will be performing and have been working hard to master their characters.
I think the music is really fun, the dancing is fun. I think we have a lot of great people in it. I auditioned because I just love doing theater, I love singing, I love sharing my passion on stage.
If you go, one thing to look for is the different color elements in the costumes. The murderers have a silver element, the ones who are guilty have a red element, and the ones who are innocent have a white element. If you would like to see this show, go to the auditorium on March 16th through the 18th. They will start at 7 p.m. For the Wizard Weekly News, I am Lexi Wood.
I have another joke for you, Ian. What's the best position for a leprechaun to play on a baseball team?
I don't know, Coen.
Shortstop. Get it? Because the leprechaun is short? Did you get the joke?
Speaking of shortstop, the baseball team had their first game last weekend, and the team came away with a big win over Green Mountain. Dylan Ferrero and Wyatt Guftinston teamed up for an 8-strikeout, 1-hitter performance as the Wizards won 2-0. Easton Hubbard came up big with a home run, and Garrett Burrows had an RBI to give the team the win. They will take on Peak to Peak Friday at home. First pitch is at 4:30.
And to wrap up the basketball season, unfortunately, both the boys and girls team came up short in their bids to win a state championship, with the boys losing in the Final Four to the eventual state champions, Mesa Ridge, and the girls losing in a state game title to Roosevelt. Even though the teams did not bring home a state title, both teams had a tremendous season and should be commended for their hard work and excellent play. Thank you to both the boys and girls teams for an incredible season. And congratulations to the unified basketball team for winning their state title. This is a huge accomplishment, and we are so very proud of the team.
Spring break is now only 2 weeks away. Woohoo! Are you going on vacation, Coen?
Yes, actually, I'm headed to Washington, D.C.
I love America. I'll be fishing, probably.
That was an epic banger of a news show. Have a great St. Patrick's Day, Wizards.
And enjoy some Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.